Welcome, students. We are going to discuss the first chapter that belongs to First Flight. The name of the first chapter is A Letter to God by G.L. Fuentes. This is the first chapter of your First Flight. We move towards the main characters of this chapter, G.L. Fuentes, who composed or who wrote A Letter to God. First main character is Lancho, who is a farmer who loses his crops due to hailstorm. He is the protagonist. He is the chief character in this story, A Letter to God. Lancho, who is a farmer who lost his crops due to hailstorm. Second main character is the postmaster. He is a kind-hearted person. He helped Lancho by providing him required amount. Third character is the post office employees. The post office employees also helped Lancho by sharing money in order to help Lancho. So these are the basically main characters in the story, that is A Letter to God. Lancho, the postmaster, and the post office employees. Now we move towards introduction to A Letter to God. So what is the theme? What is the central idea of this chapter? We will see. What does this chapter talk about? We will see. The story A Letter to God by G.L. Fuentes revolves around the idea of having unquestionable belief in something. The story is set in a Latin American country. Lancho, the farmer, who is the protagonist of the story, writes a letter to God seeking help from the Almighty after discovering his entire crop yield destroyed by a devastating hailstorm. So, here in these lines, you have seen what is the content of the story, what is the main idea, what is the main event of the story. The main event of the story is that Lencho had lost his crop due to heavy hailstorm or devastating hailstorm. Although his wishes get fulfilled partially. What did Lencho ask? Lencho asked money from God. That's why he wrote a letter to God. In that letter, he asked money from the God, and his wishes get fulfilled partially because the amount which he asked was not fulfilled, but it was fulfilled partially because some amount was given to him by the postmaster and the post office employees. If not completely, he is ungrateful in the end and questions the honesty and modesty of the postmasters. Meaning is this: what was the amount asked by Lancho from God? It was not fulfilled. He got some money, but he did not get the full money which he desired. That's why he showed his anger towards the postmasters and post office employees. He thought that some money or some amount of money had been stolen by the postmasters and the post office employees. That is the end of this story. See, who actually helped him with money anonymously in the name of God. So this is the outline of this chapter, A Letter to God. Here we find that Lancho was the protagonist. He lost his crop due to heavy hailstorm. After that, he wrote one letter to God. In that letter, he asked money from God. The postmaster and post office employees helped him by providing him some money. Lancho got money, but he did not satisfy. He did not fully satisfied. Okay, he was not satisfied. Lancho was not satisfied the amount which he has got. Understand? So he thought that some money had been stolen by the postmaster and post office employees. See, so paragraph 1 we will see the house, the only one in the entire valley, sat on the crest of a low hill. Crest here means top of a hill. The house, the only one in the entire valley, sat on the crest of a low hill. From this height, one could see the river and the field of ripe corn dotted with flowers that always promised a good harvest. So, here in these lines, you have noticed the location of the house, where the house was located, and from that height, the whole field is covered with crop. And how did it look like? It has been described in these three lines. The condition of the field so that it will give a good harvest. The only thing the earth needed was a downpour, or at least a shower. Downpour here means heavy rain, or at least a shower. Earth needs a shower. Throughout the morning, Lancho, who knew his fields intimately, had done nothing else but see the sky towards the northeast. Meaning is this: the work had been done by Lancho. He was eagerly waiting for the downpour or shower, and through the field, if we look towards the field, it promises a good harvest. And what is needed? Earth needs a shower. With this hope, Lancho was looking towards the northeast. He thought that downpour will take place, shower will take place, and he will get good harvest. He will get good crop. This is the hope of Lancho. With this hope, he was looking towards the northeast. Now see, pair number 2. Now we are really going to get some water, women. Addressing to his wife, Lancho said, really, we are going to get some water. Lancho hoped that very soon they will get shower. and they will get good crop, and with good crop they will get more money. That was the hope of Lancho. The woman who was preparing supper replied, Yes, God willing. God has a desire that we have good crop this time. The older boys were working in the field while the smaller ones were playing near the house until the women called to them all. So here we see the other minor characters. Other minor characters refer to wife of Lancho, sons of Lancho. What were they doing? Some were playing, some were working in field. In the meantime, women called them for dinner. It was during the meal that, just as Lancho had predicted, big drops of rain began to fall. So, what was the prediction of Lancho? Lancho predicted that very soon the shower will take place, rainfall will take place. After some time, what happened? His prediction came true. In the northeast, huge mountains of clouds could be seen approaching. The clouds could be seen approaching from which side? From northeast. The air was fresh and sweet. The air was fresh and sweet means air was soothing. Air gives pleasure. The man went out for no other reason to have the pleasure of feeling the rain on his body. He tries to enjoy. He wants to touch the raindrops, falling raindrops. He tries to enjoy the raindrops. That's why he went outside. When he returned, he exclaimed. He was very happy. Lancho was very happy. He said, These are not raindrops falling from the sky. They are new coins. The big drops are 10-cent pieces and the little ones are fives. So here in this whole paragraph we have seen what was the prediction of Lancho. We also found that Lancho's prediction became true. It means that rain took place. In order to enjoy the rainfall, Lancho went outside. He felt the beauty of raindrops. When he returned, he said that these are not raindrops, these are the coins. Big raindrops refer to 10-cent pieces and little ones are 5. So, this is the reaction of Lancho we have seen. See, in part number 3, the man, while looking at the sky, confidently tells his wife that they are going to have a rain shower, to which the lady replies by saying, Only if everything happens as they hope and expect. So, wife and Lancho both were hopeful that this time they will get good crop, they will get good money. Their elder children were working at the field and the younger ones were playing near the house. When Lancho's wife calls everyone for dinner, okay, it is during that time drops of rain begin to fall, hereby proving farmers' prediction to be true. The wind was pleasant and clouds could be seen approaching from the northeast sky. Lancho goes out to house to take pleasure in feeling drizzling droplets on his body. Okay, he refers to drizzle as coins. Okay, so here you see that this is explanation of the previous paragraph which we have read, and here we see that what is the reaction of his wife, what is the reaction of Lancho. Okay, see, now come to paragraph number 4. In the previous paragraph we have noticed the reaction of Lancho when he saw the falling of raindrops. Okay, next you see paragraph number 4, you see, with a satisfied expression. He was satisfied because it was drizzling. The rain was taking place slowly and slowly. He regarded the field of ripe corn with its flowers, draped in a curtain of rain. But suddenly a strong wind began to blow. Along with the rain, very large hailstones began to fall. Okay. Previously, it was raining calmly, politely. But later on, what happened? It rains heavily. When it started raining heavily, then it is harmful to his crops. Meaning is this, raindrop turns into hailstone, and hailstones are dangerous to crop. These truly did resemble new silver coins. The boys, exposing themselves to the rain, ran now out to collect the frozen pearls. So all were happy. Regarded, you see, consider or think. Trapped, you see, adorn or cover or wrap. Hailstone, a palette of hell. Resemble, you see, have a similar appearance. Exposing, make visible by uncovering it, reveal. So here in this paragraph, in this part, we have seen where the house of Lencho was situated and how his field looked like. After looking his field, Lencho was very happy. He hoped for a gentle rain. He predicted that very soon the rain will take place. His prediction became true. It started raining calmly, politely in the beginning. Later on, the raindrop turns into hailstone. In this way, his crop was going to become the victim of hailstones. We also see the reaction of Lencho when the rain takes place suddenly, politely, calmly. He became happy. But when he saw it started raining heavily, he became sad. His hope is going to meet its end. That's why he was unhappy. सो इस पार्ट में हमने ये देखा कि लेंचो का हाउस कहाँ है, सिचुएटेड है। लेंचो के फील्ड के हालात कैसे हैं, बहुत अच्छे हैं। लेंचो का ये होप है कि बहुत ही जल्दी क्या होगी, बारिश होगी। उसकी जो प्रेडिक्शन है वो सत्य होती है, बारिश होना शुरू होती है। बारिश जैसे ही शुरू होती है बहुत खुश होता है। बड़े बूंदी पड़ती हैं, छोटी बूंदें पड़ती हैं। बड़ी बूंदों को कहता है कि 10 सेंट्स हैं और छोटी को 5 कहता है। ठीक है, वीमेन भी बहुत खुश होती है, सारा फैमिली खुश होता है। लेकिन बाद में क्या होता है, वही रेन ड्रॉप जो हेल स्टोन बदल जाता है। और जब हेल स्टोन पड़ने लगता है तो लेंचो की होप जो है वो धीरे धीरे कम होने जाती है, वो दुखी होने शुरू हो जाता है, क्योंकि वो जो सोच रहा है अब वो चीज़ घटित नहीं होने जा रही है। सो दिस इज़ द पार्ट विच वी हैव डिस्कस्ड इन दिस सेक्शन। ओके, इस पार्ट में हमने इस बात का अध्ययन किया कि क्या कंडीशन थी लेंचो की जब बारिश शुरू हुई, और जब बारिश हैविली होने लगी तो उसकी क्या कंडीशन रही, इस बात को हमने देखा। और मैन कैरेक्टर्स कौन कौन है हमने देखा, इस चैप्टर की थीम क्या है हमने देखा। ठीक है, सी ओके, थैंक यू।